and welcome! Today, I'm gonna attempt to beat Elden Ring and all remembrance boss only with bow. The rules for the run are very simple. I can only use 3 types of bow: short bow, long bow, and great bow. But I will using mainly 2 bows: long bow and great bow. Crossbow and ballistas are not included. Also, I'm doing it region lock, meaning I need to kill major boss in the area before moving to the next one. With that explained, let's hop into the run. I'm gonna start with Samurai class since it has better weapon and stats for this run. I never used bow in any of my playthrough. My first impression of bow is it deals very low damage. I want to see if my guess were right by fighting 3 sentinel and it pretty much spot on. Now, since this is a region lock run, preparation is the key, so I start by picking up Flash of Wondrous Physics followed by Green Spill Crystal Tear to increase our stamina by 15%. Then, I gather some runes and defeating Miss Brigitte Leonine and Rare Wheel for a bit of rune as well. Believe it or not, the runes are used not for leveling up but to buy a normal arrow from the merchant. If you want the economic method, you can buy Nomadic Cookbook 1 and crafting kit from Kale to craft bone arrow from Tin Beast Bone. Just noting, you gonna spend a bit of time to grind the material. After that, I'm heading to Limgrave Tunnel, finding some smithing stone and upgrading my weapon to +3. On my way to Stormfield Castle, above of gate front. Sitting in the chest is a Roll Rich Talisman, which increases bow range by 65%. Also near Warmaster Shack, there's Strength Not Crystal that increases our strength by 5 points. Thinking I'm well prepared, I decide to fight Margit. Missing Bow definitely has its own merit. While the damage are not that great, it isn't enough to beat Margit until this unfortunate event happens. Worry not, I beat him on my second attempt. Continuing to Stormvale, I decide passing through main gate to farm Golem Great Bow that dropped from Golem Archer. It's one of the best Great Bows scaled towards strength, but I can't use it right away since I lack 3 points in dex, so for now, Longbow is the best option. Now, it's time to fight Guardian. The Longbow still gives a decent amount of damage and there's practically nothing special other than he kept rolling every time I shoot my arrow. On phase 2, the final attack are a bit intimidating. It has quite range and area of effect. But as long as you keep your distance, it shouldn't pose any danger, and with that, down Godric he goes. On to the next area, Liurnia. I'm picking up Dexterity Not Crystal Tear that increases dex by 5 points, switching with Great Spill for more damage. After activating the Grace near the academy, I visit Albinoric village to grab the Reich Helicty medal and kill Alvin Killer for bonus runes. Next up, I go and meet Athena starting the quest for the ancient Somber Smithing Stone, but the recording are lost in the void, so you gotta trust me on that. If you notice it, I still didn't have enough great arrows, so I go to Bellum Church and find the nomadic merchant to buy Nomadic Cookbook 13, which allow us to craft Bone Great Arrow. After that, it's time to backtrack and approach Bell-Bearing Hunter resides in Warmaster Shack. By defeating him, he dropped Bone Pedal Bell Bearing, which if given to the Twin Maiden house, gain us access to Tin Beast Bone and Hefty Beast Bone that we need to craft Bone Great Arrow. After restocking the arrow, I scurry over to Raya Ricarnia and approaching the Red Wolf Radagon. Now from this point on, I mainly gonna use Great Bow, since it has more damage and managing 2 types of arrow at the same time are tedious. Back to the Red Wolf, he's a fast boy, but the tank patterns are telegraphic enough to pinpoint the timing, combined with well-placed jump shot, and down he goes. Next up, Renala. I will admit, the first phase are quite painful, mainly because most of the time the lock-on decides to go raw on me and I take it personally. So, I use manual aim on the first phase. On the second phase, she can be stun locked very easily. Melee summon on the other hand is a problem. The very moment you try to attack, they will interrupt your attack.
I like it, cut G.
The plan is just to wait the summon to go away, then you can attack Renala. And with that, Renala is defeated. On to the next area. Hell, Kaelin. Enemy here is just pure nightmare fuel.
Ugh. Brother, ugh. What's that?
They are so tanky and hits hard, so I just gather things I need such as golden scarabs to increase my rune income since I still can't properly farm runes. Star Scourge Heirloom Talismans, which increased my strength by 5 points. Flame grant me strength incantation for buff. Last and the most important is Arrow Sting Talisman that increased our arrow damage by 10%. When I reached outside of Plaza Crest, there's a fog covering the entrance to the festival. At first, I thought after I beat both of them, the festival will commence. But I was wrong. In order to trigger the festival, you need to do one of these things first. Activating Grace at Enthus Plateau or progress any quest far enough to trigger the festival. Since I can't go to Enthus Plateau unless I kill Radar, I choose the latter option. Arriving at Caria Manor, we greeted by Royal Knight Loretta. Her magic range attack is interesting to say the least, but still no match for the mighty Great Bow. After starting running quests, now we can access to Radar. Rodan is a very big guy, so it's not hard to hit him with bow. And horse combat is allowed, so I took the chance and used it. Most of it just me using torrent to run, dismount, then shoot him with the great bow, rinse and repeat. It took a couple of tries, but down he goes. After this, I instantly turned Radar Remembrance into Lion Great Bow. Next up, Altus Plateau. To prepare for the next encounter, I grab Viridian Ember Medallion and Ritual Sword Talisman. While at it, I also take Battle Mage Set, to be precise, the headgear, since it adds 2 strength and 2 intelligence. Last but not least, the Golden Vow Incantation. With the overall build is done, onward to the capital. First obstacle, Dragonic Tree Sentinel. Great Bow can interrupt his attack. Just keep in mind the timing are tricky between the lightning and fireball attack. After passing through capital by doing parkour, we meet the second obstacle, Golden Shade Godfield. The fight is great overall. Only advice for this fight if you use Great Bow is to shoot after the sequence of the attack. And down he goes. After this, I upgrade both of my Great Bow to +7. Now, let's test the bow against Spectre. Yep, he doesn't stand a chance. Time for the next major boss, Morgan. Bow is the perfect weapon for Morgan. As you can see, he behaves very differently just by keeping your distance far enough. Please tone down the difficulty because it decreases the of you need to remember significantly. With that, the Lord of Labor has fallen. Before moving forward, I am finishing Yura quest to obtain Purifying Crystal Tear that will be used when fighting Morgan later. Now on to the next area, Mountaintops of Giant. After arriving, I instantly make my way to the Fire Giant, since there's nothing I need in the area. Fire Giant has a very large health pool. Being patient and watch the timing is the key in this fight. I find myself easily get greedy, seeing even the slightest of opening because I have 22 figure which practically let Fire Giant one-shot me with any of his attack. But with the power of friendship and this bow I have, I managed to fail the Fire Giant. After unaliving the Fire Giant, I decided to beat the other bosses before going to Crumbling Palmazula, so I headed to Consecrated Snowfield. Here, finishing Lathena quest to obtain Ancient Somber Smithing Stone and defeating Anastasia the Tarnished Eater to obtain another one, upgrading both Great Bow to +10. Since there's no major boss here, I got two options. I can go to Helic Tree or Mogwin Palace. After looking at my pathetic level, I choose Mogwin first so I can level up. I spent roughly 1 hour to reach level 104. Hoping it's enough, I move towards the palace approaching Mogwin. First phase are nothing special. Second phase, however, are a bit tricky. They get faster and all his attack are AoE. The best opening for attack is when you're far away and force him to walk towards you. And with that, gone the Lord of Blood. Moving on to Helic Tree, we proceed into the first hurdle, Loretta. Well, nothing special in this fight, basically just a buff Loretta that we fight in Carrion. Next up, Melania. This is where I hit a wall. No matter how patient I am with Great Bow, it's just too slow, which results me dying like a lot. Don't worry, I still have a tricks up my sleeve and this will make boss very easy. Introducing the Almighty Blade Bow. It's a long bow, but at the same time, it's not. This weapon has the stat of long bow but the moveset of short bow. It can do jump attack, roll attack, and running attack. It has everything. Not to mention, comes with barrage, which deals a decent amount of damage, easily proc status effect, and very mobile. Now, let's test it to Melania. For Melania, I equipped with Bloodborne Arrow since she weak to Frostbite and Bloodborne Arrow for the bleed effect. Do it a couple times and Melania is defeated.
Extraordinary.
We backtrack into Volcano Manor where Raikat resides. We can scurry over vocal manner, including Godskin levels straight to Raycat himself. Now, the normal way to beat Raycat is to pick up Servant Hunter Spear in the boss room and attack Raycat with it, but this is bow only run, so we gonna use our bow, obviously. I first try using Great Bow, but after a couple of tries, I still find both Great Serpent and Raycat are very fast, considering how large they are, not to mention all of it stack its AoE. So I swap back to Black Bow, this time equipped with Poison Bow Arrow and Bloodborne Arrow. I make quick work of the first phase because I keep getting hit by the ground attack. I have the same problem with the red skull on the second phase, so I wait until it's gone and start to attack. It took me 2 cycles of red skull and Lord of Blasphemy is defeated. There's 3 other bosses that we need to take care of. Let's do something about it.
That's a lot of damage!
Hello there.
I'm joking!
And it's time for Crumbling Farum Azura. For the Godskin duo, I prepared Sleepbone Arrow and Bloodborne Arrow. After I put both of them to sleep, I picked them one by one using Bloodborne Arrow. Repeat it 3 more times and Godskin duo is defeated. I got distracted and go for Dragon Lord Residences. Nothing crazy other than he got melted by Radan. Now, it's time for American. The plan is I poison him, then I chip his health away with Bloodborne Arrow. These take quite some time, especially on phase 2. For some reason, Malekith has very high resistance of bleed. But after a grueling 10 minutes of tumbling left and right, Malekith is done. Taking the Destined Death, we teleport to Ancient Capital, unlocking 4 last bosses. The first one is Gideon. This time, the combo would be Rogue Arrow and Bloodborne Arrow. It's a fast fight because he's spamming every single spell that has the longest recovery time in history. Next up, Godfrey.
The first Elden Lord.
Poison is one of his weaknesses, so I'm gonna use the Poison Arrow and Bloodborne Arrow. And would you look at that, it works. Perfect. Second phase is surprisingly easy. Because his attack mostly ground AoE attack, we can avoid it just by using jumping. The activated Fleet Mark ended the first Elden Ring. Now we face with the final boss, Radagon and Eldenring. Radagon has gnarly attack and it's quite fast. Not to mention he can deflect the arrow, and I'm quite shocked he can do it. One slip up means death. So, the play is taking Radagon out as fast as I could. First, experiment with Poison and Bloodborne Arrow. Surprisingly, it did not put enough damage as I think it would. So, I inclined to brute force it using Bloodborne Arrow, which after activated give debuff Frostbite to Radagon that increase all damage taken by 20%. Combined with normal arrow and you got Shadow Machine. For Elden Beast, I just use Sudden Rain and as you can see, Elden Beast stand no chance. A couple more of Sudden Rain and we complete our challenge, beating Elden Ring with only bow. Thanks for watching and be sure to tune in for another Elden Ring challenge run. Eno signing out.